Okay, Ramblers, let's get rambling.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
It's Some Dumb Guy again. For you, it's been a few days. For me, it's been about 30 seconds. But welcome back once again to a second part of my current unboxeloping. This will strictly be a boxed edition featuring purchases from eBay and from Groove. Went through several eBay and Amazon purchases in part one. Cut that one short around 15 minutes because I didn't want to drive you all completely bonkers with my late night ramblings and meanderings. So we pause, we pick up, we break this in half. Now we continue on. This is some good packaging. Much appreciated to this eBay seller. And I got a batch. Ooh, that's peanuts. We gotta be careful, don't spill those. Always appreciative of the eBay seller or any used media secondhand marketplace seller who takes a little bit of extra time to properly secure and protect their shipments for their customers. It's a little bit goes a long way. Ooh, this is a very pretty slipcover. I don't remember what I paid for this off the top of my head. Of course, it'll be presented in all due time, as always on the screen. But this is a previous Best Buy purchase with a price tag of $29.99 on it. This is, of course, a used purchase, which most of my eBay ones are. So we will do our quick disc check. What we got here? That's very pretty. What is that? That's the Blu-ray. That is the film, presumably. Over here, it's a 2-disc set. We got the accompanying DVD. This one has been played. It's not pristine, but it looks like it's more smudging than scratching, so it's perfectly fine, and I have no need for the DVD anyway. I'm not going to do anything with it, but I still have an expectation of whatever condition it's listed in that it applies to both discs of the overall packaging, not just the Blu-ray over the DVD. Case looks great. Insert looks great. Slipcover looks great. Let's present, shall we? Continuing on, sticking it to the rodent house with the used secondhand purchases, we've got Dumbo. This is the 70th anniversary edition. Look at that slipcover, sticker, and then there's that $29.99 Best Buy price tag. Yeah. See that, rodent house? That's potentially 30 bucks right there. Obviously, you wouldn't have gotten all that to split that with Best Buy or whoever, but oh, metallic sheens, I like that. Ooh. Anyway, if you aren't so fucking dicks over at your company, I wouldn't be proudly boycotting you since 2019 and all these releases that I've gotten and haven't given you a dime of. I am happy about.
Hey, Bob. Go yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is.
Continuing on. Not quite as nice of a slipcover, but still really solid. Another used Blu-ray. Disc check in progress. This is all from the same seller, so I'm always happy when that happens. Do batch. Okay, so I think I knew about this off the top of my head. I don't really remember, but it sounds familiar that this was supposed to be a 2-disc Blu-ray DVD combo. However, the DVD was not included. That's fine. Didn't need it. Whether it was reflected in the price or not, I don't recall. But I try to take that into consideration when making my choice. But all in all, I get what I need. I got the slipcover, I got a good case, good insert, and a pristine Blu-ray disc. Continuing on with the theme, and this is a replacement for my previous Bamboozle, you might remember from a recent unboxing. We have Pinocchio. This is a different edition this time than Stretch. And this guy here, which was the 2-disc Platinum edition. This is the one that had the really terribly marred discs that I ended up getting a refund on. So it came in a thicker case. It was a multiple disc set. That one was all scratched to hell, and I had to get refunded, so I immediately started looking into a replacement for it, and I was successful. Yeah. That's more off the list of, hey, I need to get Disney, I said the D word, Rodent House animated films of yesteryear. This one is not quite so much yesteryear. This is one of their more modern ones, same company. I don't remember when this one came out, and I can't see a year. Anyway, this was also a 2-disc set with the DVD missing the Blu-ray. Did I already look at it? I think I did. Yes, that is pristine, so we're still happy. I saw this one for the first time not too long ago, maybe about 6 months or so. But it was pretty clever. It is Tangled. Newer, hipper animated releases, which is perfectly fine. Still largely in the tradition of classic vintage animation this company was built upon, and I was overall pretty happy with that one. So it'll be one of the few modern ones that will be included in my library of, well, what would otherwise be complete animated films from them. Next up, used Blu-ray. I think the only reason I got this one used is it's a Lionsgate release. It just happened to be from the same seller and a good price. The sleeve on the case is a little bit marred in a spot. A little bit of painter's tape stuck to the spine there. Yeah, it's not a brilliantly looking case, but it is still intact and the disc is immaculate, so may or may not stay in its original case. Anyway, I saw this one when it was relatively new, also on the same DVD, and I liked it for the sake of its being unique, particularly with the star of the film, who I'm not really feeling too inclined to support right now, given current events, but this is Buried with Ryan Reynolds, so complete, absolute dramatic role for him, which, as far as I'm aware, may be the only time that's ever happened. You know, a man wakes up, finds himself buried in a box or a coffin, literally buried alive, and his ordeal, buried, submerged, running out of time. Same thing here. So again, got this again because I just happened to be dealing with this seller with Rodent House titles, and I'm like, well, I've already got 2 there, 3 there. Let's see what else this particular seller has to offer. And I found this. This is a box set collection of films. I'm really leery about the quality of it because of, one, who it comes from, and 2, that it has very much the appearance of a VOD, or sorry, an MOD release, with the way that the art is printed on the discs. It's not the standard professional thing. On top of that, it's DVD. On top of that, it is a 20 film collection, and those 20 films are distributed between 4 discs. You know what that means. It does not mean 5 films per disc. So we have 6 on the first, 6 on the second, 6 on the third, and 2 films and a documentary on the fourth. And it's Mill Creek it comes from. Based on the logo on the spine and the back, it appears to be an older Mill Creek release. I don't know if that's good or bad. This might predate my experience with them. Now, why did I get it? Well, because I was going through the list of films on the back, I realized that the majority of these films have never had better than a DVD release anyway. So we're going to have to assess quality on a case-by-case basis. I don't know for sure just how many of these releases or these films have ever had individual releases on DVD, but they've never gone higher than that. I figured if they're suitable enough and I can get them in this collection at a decent price, and the quality is acceptable enough, I save myself not only a boatload of change, but of space as well. So it appeared to be a worthwhile investment or risk. This is a John Wayne 20 movie pack. You see it's in one. Even this case is too thick because it's 4 discs, and 4 discs will fit in a standard 14 millimeter DVD case, which I have a few empty ones for this purpose. So this will be something that if I ultimately end up keeping and it's worthwhile, I will scan and reprint out this insert in a thinner variety to fit in a standard 14mm case that has 4 slots, and transfer those discs into it and get an even more space-saving option out of this. So, 20 movies. We have The Dawn Rider from 1935, black and white, 55 minutes. The Desert Trail, 1935, black and white, 55 minutes. The Lucky Texan, 1934, black and white, 55 minutes. I don't know why these aren't in chronological order. They're not even in alphabetical order. The Lucky Texan, I already said that one. 'Neath Arizona Skies, 1934, black and white, 55 minutes. They liked 55 minutes for sure. Rainbow Valley, 1935, black and white, 47 minutes. We've broken the mold. The Trail Beyond, 1934, black and white, 55 minutes. This is a busy couple years for Mr. Wayne here. Texas Terror, 1935, black and white, 52 minutes. The Star Packer, 1934, black and white, 55 minutes. Paradise Canyon, 1935, black and white, 53 minutes. Riders of Destiny, 1933, black and white, 53 minutes. West of the Divide, 1934, black and white, 53 minutes. Winds of the Wasteland, 1936, black and white, 56 minutes. Helltown, which I think also has a different title, so when I was looking it up, I ran into some complications trying to find it because kept finding it under its alternate title, which is escaping me right now. Helltown, 1937, black and white, 50 minutes. The Lawless Frontier, 1934, black and white, 50 minutes. The Man from Utah, 1934, black and white, 52 minutes. Randy Rides Alone, poor Randy, 1934, black and white, 52 minutes. Blue Steel, 1934, black and white, 59 minutes. Sagebrush Trail, I speak English good, 1933, black and white, 55 minutes. Angel and the Bad Man. This one does have a Blu-ray release, and I have it. I think I just recently featured it. 1947, black and white, 100 minutes. McClintock also has a Blu-ray release. I think I recently bought that one. 1963, color, 128 minutes. Wow, what a jump, right? You get, what, one film from the 40s and one from the 60s. And the rest are almost entirely 34 and 35. There's a 33 and a 36 in there, but whew. I mean, great that these were briefer running time films for him, but what a busy couple years this man must have endured. Almost makes me wonder if, perchance, if several of these were from the same studio, if they, let's say, just conveniently lined up film shoots to where, like, they're all done in the same location. Let's say he went to a specific location somewhere to film a Western, and they were able to line up and just do 3 of them, like, say, back-to-back, all there. Maybe I've seen, like, some of his early stuff where he's actually starred with the same actors. You know, it's almost like, okay, well, these 3 actors are going to get together. Maybe they filmed 3 or 4 Westerns, boom, in the same location, all back-to-back, hour-long films. And it's like, okay, cool. You know, get them all done. So this bonus documentary, The American West of John Ford from 1971, 52 minutes. The incomparable Western director's movie magic is capture, both in film and the words of his stars, including John Wayne, Henry Fonda, and Jimmy Stewart. I hope the language description of this is not indicative of the quality of these releases. The incomparable Western director's movie magic is capture, both in film and the words of his stars, including John Wayne, Henry Fonda, and Jimmy Stewart. So the documentary is not even about John Wayne, it's about John Ford. I'm going to hope that John Ford had something to do with directing a portion of these films at the very least to make it relevant. Okay, last one from this package before we dive into group. I'm already running longer than my last video. This is something I'd never heard of before. Stumbled across this while I was actually going through this seller's listings, and I was like, you know what? I'm a little bit nervous here because there's a slot that's empty on this, or in this case. It's a 4-disc case that has 3 discs in it. It's a very cheap, flimsy case, and I try not to drop this disc. Okay, the discs look fine. They also have that MOD feel to them. This is going to require some homework. This is a series. Again, it's got 3 discs in it. The discs are not numbered, so I don't know which order they're supposed to go in, nor do I know if they are all here. One of the rarest and most sought after of all television westerns. I have never heard of it then. Whispering Smith featured Audie Murphy, America's most decorated combat veteran in World War II, as a Denver-based railroad detective in the Old West of the 1870s. Many of the episodes were based on actual Denver police cases, and Smith has to use all of his wits as well as his skill with a Colt 45 to bring justice to those who would defraud the railroad. His superior was played by Sam Buffington and his partner by Guy Mitchell. Episodes disc 1, disc 2, disc 3. So there are 3 discs. The discs are not numbered, but there is an episode list on the back, so I can correspond that to match everything up. So yeah, only really recently getting acquainted with Audie Murphy. I didn't know he had actually done any television acting, and when I saw this and I've never heard of it before, I thought, you know what? Let's do that. Because I've got something else lined up, similarly, in essence, related, coming soon, that was also an accidental find. Again, look at that case. I mean, it's a good inch thick, and it's got 3 discs in it. So, these guys here, should they prove worthy to stay in the library, they're getting recased. That's just way too much. Look, 3 discs. It's too much space. It's just too much space. I don't like wasted space. I don't like extra space being devoted than necessary. The library is huge by my standards, and I just cannot have that kind of waste. You know, I mean, that's easily 2 DVD or more than 2 Blu-ray cases thick right there. I think this is no, it's not a 20 millimeter. I think this is a 25 millimeter thick case, both of them. Yeah, nope. The early days of DVD were not kind to space-saving collectors.
Alan,